Here are some other helpful facts about converting fractions to decimals. Every fraction with an integer in both the numerator and denominator will either terminate or repeat when converted to a decimal. And we have, for repeating decimals, we have some other facts. We have the portion of the decimal that repeats is called the period or cycle, and the number of repeating digits in that period or cycle will never be greater than the denominator. In fact, it will never exceed one less than the denominator. So here's an example. We have change 1/7 to a decimal. So the numerator and denominator are made up of integers. So we know that this fraction, when converted to a decimal, will either terminate or repeat. If we go through the process to convert this to a decimal, we get 0.142857142857 over and over. We get the repeating decimal, where we have the period or cycle is the numbers 142857. And notice there are 6 digits in that period or cycle, which is one less than 7, that denominator. So that makes sense because, again, that number or amount in the period or cycle should not exceed one less than 7, which is 6. Let's look at another example. If we convert the fraction of 1/19 as a decimal, it would be 0.05263157894736842 0.52631578947368421. We can see that this is a repeating decimal where the period or cycle has 18 digits. It would be consistent with the denominator of 19, minus 1 would be 18. So it can have at most 18 digits. In this case, it does. So 1/19 is 0.05263157894736841. This is convenient and helpful to know because when you're looking at 1/19 at first, you can see this is a lot of repeating digits, but you only have to check up to the first 18 because it would never repeat higher than 18. Now, it could be much less. It doesn't have to be, for example, with a denominator of 19, it doesn't have to be 18 digits. It could have been less. For example, the fraction 2/11 is equal to 0.18 repeating. It just repeats 1/8. That's a period or cycle of 2, which is much less than 11. But we wouldn't expect it to have more than 10 digits in the period or cycle. So it just helps you identify what are those repeating digits, what's going to be included in the period or cycle, and how many digits you actually have to check. Because again, if a decimal repeats, the period will be no more than one less than the denominator.